There's nothing like the promise of clean eating. Super light, a detox from all the oil and masala, fresh from the farm and natural. It's appetizing and feels just right. But here's the dark side. Many of the foods that look the cleanest, like almond milk, protein bars, and even those expensive cold pressed juices, are highly processed products. They're made with stabilizers, emulsifiers, and additives, but at the same time wrapped with labels that claim non GMO, natural, and clean ingredients. We have now come to trust the words that are on the packet more than what is inside.
US consume the most UPF in the world, ultra processed food. More than half their average diet consists of junk food. France and Sweden take the next two spots. India is 13th on the list.
But to understand why this happened, we need to zoom out because every decade has had its villain. In the 1970s, the villain was calories. Diet sodas and Weight Watchers promised portion control and effortless weight loss. In the 1980s, fat became the enemy. Governments warned about cholesterol and suddenly everything turned light. Margarine instead of butter, skim milk instead of whole milk. The 1990s brought a rebellion. Now carbs were suddenly evil. The Atkins diet and even the early versions of the carnivore diet promised weight loss through steak and eggs. By the 2000s, sugar took the blame. Artificial sweeteners, Coke Zero, and anything labeled zero calorie filled supermarket shelves. And then came the 2010s. Gluten and toxins became the new threat. Detox teas, juice cleanses, and superfoods like kale and quinoa became the new gospel. And now in 2020, the new villain is processing. We have now reached a point where health today isn't about what's in the food, but how well it is marketed.
Strip down to naked and strip away the bland. With a bold burst of 100% fruit juice that will take you someplace new.
One 15-ounce bottle of Naked Green Machine looks virtuous. All fruit, no added sugar. But if you look closely, there's about 49 grams of sugar in just one bottle. Yes, that may be from natural sources, but it's an insane sugar rush considering that Coke only has about 39 grams of added sugar. All these other brands too sell the same idea. If it looks clean, it must be good for you. But this marketing didn't stop with health brands. Even fast food chains joined in.
What?
Thought so a bit of a moustache. Just a little one.
The irresistible new chicken snack wrap.
At McDonald's, a crispy chicken wrap has 469 calories and 2.1 grams of salt. At the same time, the burger only has 371 calories and 1.2 grams of salt. So much for people saying that a burger is more unhealthy. And that's where the business of clean eating really starts. Because once everything from smoothies to wraps to salads could be marketed as healthy, the next upgrade wasn't the nutrition, it was the purity of the food. Organic, non GMO, natural, gluten free. Words that once meant something specific are now stamped on everything. These tags make the food cost a whole lot more even when the nutrition is very similar to regular food. The certifications, the branding, and the packaging all come at a premium. And this obsession with purity doesn't just stop at products, it's completely reshaped how we eat. People swing between extremes.
People are always asking me what I eat in a day. Next week will mark my 17-year anniversary as a fully raw vegan, and this way of living has completely transformed my life.
Eating meat saved my childhood. All this nonsense about plant-based and all that, that's not true.
Each claiming to be the cleanest lifestyle. But cutting entire food groups has consequences. Vegans often struggle with deficiencies such as B12, iron, and omega 3s. Carnivore diets miss fiber and key micronutrients. The balance in diets was replaced by belief systems, and this resulted in the formation of diet cults.
I swear by the ketogenic diet.
I've been a vegetarian almost all my life and vegan for the past 6 years. And I'm increasingly committed to the idea that how we treat animals is powerfully connected to our relationship with the world.
So I've only been eating beef fundamentally for almost 5 years now. I eat a lot of meat and a lot of high-fat meat, and so I'm never hungry.
But not every country has left this idea of healthy to marketing and beliefs. In Singapore, every drink from bottled juice to bubble tea is graded from A to D based on sugar and saturated fat. Anything rated C or D has to display that grade on its label and face advertising restrictions. And this is an attempt to measure health instead of just marketing it. But in other countries, clean doesn't mean anything specific. They just continue to sell it as an idea.
So you think this is olive oil, right? Wrong. Well, maybe some of it is, but this is actually a classic example of food fraud.
But for some people, this idea of clean eating goes too far. What starts as a simple intention to eat better slowly becomes an obsession with purity. Doctors call it orthorexia. It's when every meal feels like a test of willpower. You start fearing food that isn't clean enough and feeling guilty when you eat something that isn't clean. On social media, it looks like discipline, perfect plates, perfect bodies, and perfect control. But in reality, it leads to anxiety, social isolation, fatigue, body dysmorphia, and a ton of other problems. Clean eating was supposed to make us healthier. It isn't about eating perfectly but nourishing your body right. So here's an easy way for you to figure out what actually works for you. Spend 1 week eating only the so-called clean packaged foods. Then spend the next week eating ordinary home-cooked meals with oil, salt and spice. And see how you feel. After that, you'll know exactly what to choose.